I'm not a saint, but hello. Okay, well, first of all, this first slide shows that I don't know how to read instructions either, because it's an intro slide, and she already provided us one of those. But basically, I'm a producer for a short film festival, a global short film festival, called Quick Flick World. But I'm not going to talk much about that. I'm going to talk about something else, which is quite interesting. Not Quick Flick World, but arguments for pessimism and optimism. I'm going to run a little experiment. Well, this is a little bit about Quick Flick World. This is our website. It's a global film festival. In the last 5 years, in 11 cities around the world, we've inspired hundreds of filmmakers to make about 1,500 short films they might never have attempted. And we've had hundreds... Sorry? Slowly, sorry. We've had hundreds of screening parties. Right. This is... my house, which I'm trying to sell. Oh, isn't that sweet? This is my house, and this is a sales brochure for my house, which I bought 11 years ago, just before I moved to Manhattan. And the problem is, the UK housing market, just like Spain, is fucked. Yes, I'm using about 200 euros a day on my house, and nobody's going to buy that, are they? Anyway, 10 years ago, this Sunday in New York, I organized a dinner for the board of directors of Unilever at the top of the World Trade Center in the windows of the world. And then 7 years ago I watched from 5th Avenue and 11th Street as the windows of the world evaporated. This is possibly the worst administration that the United States has ever bestowed upon itself and upon the world. These are like neocon criminal bastards, and none of them are going to go to court. None of them are going to get tried for this. But the problem is their failures are going to cost us for a generation. Now, apparently, we are the most advanced intelligence on Earth. So you'd think that we would be like caretakers or custodians of our planet. But no, we seem to be turning it into an overheated rubbish tip. It's amazing, isn't it? This is me in 1993. I was blessed to go on a mountaineering expedition to Nepal. It's a beautiful, idyllic kingdom. But since I've returned, all we've had stories of the monarchy being killed and Maoist insurrections and glaciers melting now. And unfortunately, this is also further north with glaciers melting. There's more stories this week of polar bears who are actually killing and eating their own females because they're so hungry as the ice is retreating and their natural habitat is being destroyed. And again, it's an example of, we're the custodians of this incredible biodiversity, and we're totally destroying it. So the Earth has actually been through 6 major extinctions in its history. The last being 65 million years ago, when the dinosaurs were wiped out by meteorites. Humanity has started already the 7th great extinction. And if we don't change really fast, we are all going to die, and we're going to kill most of the species around us on the planet. Now you feel pretty bad about that, don't you? That's what pessimism is about. So let's try to remedy it. First of all, breathe. Just take a very deep breath. It's going to be all right, really. Pending doom isn't going to get you right now. Breathe and relax. The Dalai Lama, at the end of the 20th century, said that he thought that an emergence of, a re-emergence of spiritualism and then a rejection of war, and the fact that people are far more environmentally friendly than they were 100 years ago, makes him believe that the 21st century is going to be so much better than the 20th. A couple of years ago, I was having breakfast in a hotel in Mexico City, and I met this woman, Anna Karina, and she was soon to accompany me to Spain and India, and after chasing each other around the world for 18 months, we got married last November. And really, for me, love is just knowing that every day is going to be a little bit better with that person with you. This is not the Messiah, by the way. This is the politician. But it's really interesting because it's the first time in probably 50 years that somebody with his youth and seeming integrity and energy is actually potentially going to become president, and it's something to be interested about. Now, this is a wind farm designed by some Italian scientists who know that wind at 800 meters is 4 times more powerful than at ground level. So they're using these amazing computer-controlled, navigated stacks of kites to generate electricity. I mean, imagine how huge the sky is to generate electricity from that. I mean, beautiful idea. These are like gadgets I love, you know, like my bike just sort of lives with me. And it's amazing that if you fill your life with things that you really find beautiful and you believe in, and every time you use them, they inspire you and they make you feel good, you're going to improve. And imagine what things are going to be like 50 years from now. And it's going to make these things look stone-aged in comparison. This is Barcelona. I came here first in 2004, and I saw the architecture and the climate and the people and the history and the city, and I just went, right, that's it, one day I am going to live in the city. You obviously know that too. They call me the hippopotamus, close up, rising up on top of this esophagus, rocking this up. I'm not a large water-dwelling mammal. Why did you get that preposterous hypothesis? Did Steve tell you that, but chance? Steve. Laughter is the easiest way to pick yourself up. Put it in your iPod and push play. So let's finish the experiment now. Who of you feels better than you did 2 minutes ago? Raise your hand. That is because everything you think in your mind affects you physically and affects everything that happens around you as well. So it's the power of your brain, which not only affects our present, which is going to affect our future as well. So the point is to block or try to block the pessimism in your life. Whether it be pessimistic thoughts, let the optimism in and let ourselves flourish. Let ourselves flourish in abundance, because with optimism, we can manage this. Right, the final plug. If you want to come along on the 10th of October to Mau Mau and check out why collective global creativity with filmmakers all over the world is something also to be very optimistic about, it will be lovely to see you there. I will recognize some of you, I hope. Thank you very much for listening.